everybody? This is David. Welcome back to the channel. As always, please hit the like button, the share button, the subscribe button. If you're not already subscribed, I really appreciate it. And it helps the channel grow. So if you don't do anything else, if you don't make it through the whole video, at the very least, just hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Leave some feedback. I really appreciate it. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. It's better for you in the long run. But hey, this video, I want to do something a little bit different. I've made quite a few videos over my dividend income. I usually give you guys an update every month in regards to where I stand with my dividend income and portfolio. But what I wanted to do with this video is show you a different way or another way that I earn income in the stock market. And, I talk about it quite a bit, but I just never showed, some slight details or how much I actually made. And that's with selling covered calls. Selling covered calls, to be able to do that, you have to have 100 shares of a particular stock. And I have 100 shares of quite a few stocks, but the ones that I sell covered calls on is Amazon, Google, and Apple. Those are three positions that I have 100 shares of each in a portfolio, and I do sell covered calls to earn extra income in a particular portfolio. So I wanted to just give you guys a little insight on how I'm doing so far this year with my covered call portfolio, covered call income. And just to give you a little backstory, I initially dabbled into selling covered calls back in 2023 with Amazon and Google. And honestly, I was kind of learning on the fly. Didn't really know what I was doing. And I took some bumps and bruises in the road. And for a while, I had to kind of back off just to kind of, understand and figure out how this actually works and know the ins and outs because it's just not cut and dry. With covered calls, right? You got to know how to play defense, which I'll talk about a little bit later because I had to play defense with one of my positions. With a covered call, you don't want the stock to, shoot up in price past your strike price. So that's happened to me quite a few times. And I just, I didn't really know how to deal with it at first, which caused me to take some unnecessary losses that I probably didn't have to take if I was just a little bit more experienced in managing those particular positions. So just want to share my screen here. We'll jump right into it and just give you a little breakdown. I like Excel, so everything is kind of in Excel, but it's easier for me to be able to show it to you. So let's jump right into it. And here we go. We'll start with this screen here. Is going to be with Apple. I'm going to scroll over here. There we go. We'll come back to that side in a minute. So we'll start with Apple. And as you see up top, well, what I have here, I have all the dates I've sold covered calls or whether the call was expired or whatever the case may be. Every transaction I've done so far year to date with my Apple covered calls. And if you know, the reason I was pushing so hard to get to 100 shares of Apple, weekly challenges, monthly investment challenge in the Apple is so I could be able to sell covered calls and earn extra income. And as you see, just broken down by month, you'll see the date that the transactions took place. You'll see the action, whether it's sold or bought. Basically, rolling over, closing out a transaction. Sometimes you let it expire, whatever the case may be. And this basically was just downloaded straight from my activity screen in Fidelity. I just exported to Excel and took out the stuff that I didn't need. So, but I broke it down by month. So for the month of January, we were able to earn $101.25 in covered call income from Apple. February, we was able to earn $87.90 in income. March, $166.74. In April, so far in April, we're pretty much halfway through the month. we've been able to earn so far $309.83 in cover call income for the month of April, which brings our grand total year to date in April. I'm sorry, for Apple, $665.72 so far is the cover call income we've earned from Apple. So, like I said, we wanted to get to 100 shares of Apple so we can turn around and sell cover calls on it. And as you can see, an extra $665.72 so far for the year has, that's pretty decent extra income. So let me see if I can go over to Google here. Let me make sure. Uh, may not let me go over. I wanted to. Let me see. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna come back. So I want to show each position. We looked at Apple first. We'll look at Google now. So I want to go through each position here, and I want to break down Google a little bit. You see, in January we earned a negative $37.39. February also negative $49.40. However, in March we was able to earn $112.64, and so far in April we've earned $95.58. So that brings our grand total for Google income of year to date to $121.43. Now let's go back to some of these negative months here, because this is basically a carryover from 2024, right? And I mentioned earlier about playing defense and not wanting a position to run up past your strike price. So with Google, we had a cover call, I think back in 2024, and what happened was Google shot up. I mean, a lot unexpectedly past my cover call, strike price. So with that being said, I had to play defense, right? I had to kind of sit on the sideline, play defense, do some rolling of some cover calls to some prices out, and that's why you see from a 195 to a 200. You see from a 200 to a 210 strike price. Well, the premium that I would take in is less than what I would pay for. So that's why you see the negatives, the 37.39 and negative 49.40, which is the difference between those prices here. So what I was doing was playing defense. I was rolling the Google cover calls out to buy myself some time for the price maybe to come back down a little bit. And that's what happened over the last few months. And that's what you've seen with Google. Google's price has come down drastically over the last month or two, and that was able to kind of put me back in the game. So what I was able to do now, instead of playing defense, I can play a little offense. So now what I started doing is rolling down those cover calls to earn some extra income, and that's why in March I was able to collect $112.64. I was able to roll it down twice, from a 200 strike price to a 185 strike price, from a 185 strike price to a 180 strike price, and was able to collect a premium on both of those both of those transactions. And so far in April, we've collected $95.58 in premium. Now, with that being said, one of the transactions, specifically on the 9th, right? I did cover calls. This is how crazy it can be, right? I did cover calls on all three positions, Apple, Google, Amazon, on the 9th of April, right before the news came out about the pause in, the tariffs or whatever. So, of course, what happens? Everything shoots up like crazy, and it just, basically that's how it can be with, especially with this administration, and how that can really turn my cover calls negative. So right now I'm in defense mode. I just got to see. I still have some wiggle room on all three positions, but I just gotta. This is where all the practice comes in because now I'm a little bit better equipped to play defense than I was 2 years ago. So just to give you some insight on that and why Google, I only received $121.43 so far for the year, but still good, and I'm not complaining about that at all. Can I go over to Amazon here? Yeah, let's go to Amazon. So Amazon, let me just make sure everything is good here. Yep. Okay. So for Amazon, the month of January, we received $80.28. February, we received $49.32 of income. Premium income, same thing. March, $180.51. And so far for the month of April, you see on the 9th here, right? So far for the month of April, $269.51 we received in covered call income. So that brings our grand total to $579.62 that we received in Amazon covered call income so far 2025. So we're going to go back to my Apple tab here because I have some totals that I want to go through here. And we're going to scroll back over. So far in 2025, Apple, we received $665.72. Google, $121.43. Amazon, $579.62. So far, year to date, covered call income, we received a grand total of $1,366.77. That's extra income from owning 100 shares of these positions and able to sell covered calls. So that's April. That's so far through, halfway through April, we've received $1,366. So not complaining about the extra income we've been able to receive through covered call income. And just breaking that down monthly, January total $144, February total $87.82, March we received $459.89, and so far in April, $674.92 covered call income. Once again, that brings our total to $1,366.77. Now, you hear me talk about dividend income. Well, here's a complete breakdown of extra income we received so far 2025. Dividend income up to this point, so far we received $2,606.25. Covered call income, we received $1,366.77, which you see up here. Brings a grand total of total income from dividends and selling covered call in 2025 to $3,973.02. So I don't know about for you, but to be able to gain an extra $3,973 is a lot, and that number hopefully should keep going up with our dividend income. We keep playing these covered calls right. That's going to be a great deal of extra income on the side, outside of just owning our regular portfolios and watching those positions go up. So just another one of those nuances from owning stock, able to earn income, passive income in the stock market. One of the reasons I preach about investing, pouring money into the stock market, and there's different avenues that you can utilize in this stock market to earn extra income. So not only is hopefully my portfolio is going to go up over time, I expect my dividend income to go up over time. I expect my covered call income to go up over time. And that's just the game that I'm looking to play for the long term. So and with the covered calls, I'm only able to do one contract, right? Because I only have 100 plus shares of each. If I want to do multiple contracts, I would have to, have at least 200 or 300 shares to do more than one contract. So, but they still add up. It still adds up. And, the covered call income allows me to buy other shares. It allows me to add to my Apple, add to my Google shares, add to my Amazon shares. So for those who've been following me for a while, or you can just go back and look at previous videos, there was a reason I was pushing to get to 100 shares of Apple because I wanted to sell cover calls to gain extra income to be able to allow me to buy more shares. So, that's just another piece of the puzzle with this investing game. So, just wanted to share that with you guys. I've never talked about how much I've earned in cover call income or gave a detail about it. So I just wanted to let you guys know. So far this year, 2025, we've earned an extra $1,300 in cover call income on top of the $2,600 we received in dividend income. So we're almost at $4,000 of extra income so far in 2025, and we're only 3.5 months in. So not even a full 4 months in, and I think we're doing pretty well so far. So I'll come back and give you guys an update, every now and then about how we're doing with our extra income. Or if I forget, just let me know and I'll update you guys. So, but yeah, I just wanted to share that with you, man, just to show you how interesting this thing is. And, that's a small amount to what I see online every day, YouTube, Twitter, but I'm just the average person, just like the average person investing, right? So I'm not rich or anything like that. It's just, I have been investing for a while. I believe in investing. I believe in pouring what I can into the stock market, into some of these positions, especially, some of the top companies that's proven to be successful over time. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. Leave me some feedback. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. As always, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel, like the video. It just helps the channel grow. And I just, I love sharing information with you guys, man. I hope everybody's able to manage this, these, rocky times in the stock market. I think, eventually everything is going to play itself out. But wanted to touch bases with you guys, talk about some cover call income. And until next time, I will see you guys later.